What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Frontline Film Podcast number 1. We're recording this on September 29th, 2022. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Cole.
Oh, I'm Landon. Hey.
I'm Tyler. Nubs.
AKA Nubs, yes.
Yeah.
So what this is basically is we just decided that we wanted to make a little podcast where we can talk about movies and nerd out for like an hour and a half to 2 hours a week. So we're going to be talking about movie news. We're going to be reviewing shows. We're going to be reviewing movies, talking about stuff we're amped for, just all kinds of little things like that. So it's going to be super fun, and I'm glad that you two are here with me. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we can keep doing this for a while. But yeah, we're actually just going to jump right into it. So first of all, we're going to talk about some new movie news. And I'm going to start off with arguably the biggest movie news since No Way Home came out.
Yes.
Deadpool 3 has been announced for the date September 6th, 2024, and freaking Hugh Jackman is returning as Wolverine. Thoughts? Oh my God.
I mean, dude, he's
so excited.
Generational Wolverine, bro. He's been Wolverine literally our whole childhood. And Logan, if you haven't seen Logan, please go watch it. Dude, Logan is so good. Literally,
I would say that's probably top 5 superhero movie.
I mean, yes. If you haven't seen it, if you're a superhero fan, you're gonna love that movie. He's been with us since early 2000s.
You might know. Was it 19? Was it 99 or 2000? The first one, X-Men.
It was 2000. 2000.
Wow.
Okay.
Because it was before Spider-Man.
Okay. Dang.
And we didn't want to get rid of him, so bringing him back is.
I just hope
amazing.
They do it right because, he did have a great send-off in Logan. But nonetheless, I'm still amped for it. And you got all the multiverse crap now. So, it's doable. They can figure out a good way to do it. So
yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think that I was at first I was like, oh crap, they're going to touch Logan. And unless they were joking, unless it was like a marketing thing, from what I've gathered, Ryan Reynolds is adamant about keeping Logan and keeping what happened at the end of Logan
its own thing
within that universe. And so this isn't going to they're not going to resurrect that Wolverine. And so I'm interested to see how they do this. I'm interested to see if I don't think that he's going to be our Wolverine in the MCU. I just don't buy that. And so I do think this is going to be Cole, I told you this. I honestly think this is like a Deadpool. He's like, hey, one last adventure in the Fox universe, and they do something, and then Deadpool goes over to the MCU because he knows there's a multiverse. He knows he's in another universe. He knows he's in a different movie universe. And then we could get Hugh Jackman back in Secret Wars. And so I don't think this would have happened if it wasn't for the success of No Way Home. I think the fans saying, oh, we're still cool with the OG, a 45-year-old Tobey Maguire coming back. I think that helped it a lot. And
I'm also, no one's really even talked about it. I can't wait to see Deadpool finally in the MCU interacting with the characters we know. There's going to be some really cool interactions. So definitely looking forward to that. But let's move on. What we got next? All right. This one is I'm also incredibly high for. The Last of Us trailer. Y'all watch it? Y'all had to have watched it. That show looks insanely good, bro. There's no way it's bad. That's tough to say because a lot of video game stuff is not that great sometimes.
Always come back to Mortal Kombat when you say that, dude. It's not good.
I think you're taking Last of Us, which it plays like a TV show.
It plays like a movie. That's the most movie video game ever made.
And so I think it'll work. I think it looks beautiful. Pedro Pascal looks like Joel. I know
the girl. She was on Game of Thrones, so she's got the acting chops, obviously.
She looks like Ellie, and so I'm curious to see where they take this universe. They have the same writers as the video games, and so I think they're adamant about kind of taking some liberties with this TV show, and so I'm curious to see what they do. But it looks good. It looks phenomenal. The clickers looked insane.
Showed
actually scary.
Really quick thing. Yeah, dude, that was terrifying because those were scary in the game. So, yeah, super pumped for that. I can't remember is that May next year? I can't remember the date.
I think it's May or June.
Okay. Well, either way, it's gonna be hype. That trailer was lit. I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff. All right, next. Knock at the Cabin.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knock at the Cabin. Now, if you watched the trailer, or if you haven't watched the trailer, please go check it out. Dave Bautista, who might be the best wrestler turned actor, but I think John Cena is good as well. But hey, Dave Bautista is always good. Jonathan Groff in an M. Night Shyamalan movie, who his last movie was old, I believe. So I haven't seen it, so I won't say anything about it. But this one looks nuts. The trailer has Dave Bautista coming up to the daughter and telling her basically that he wants to be friends, and what he has to do is going to break his heart. He walks in, captures the two guys, and basically tells them that they have to make a decision to stop the apocalypse.
Yeah.
What? Nuts, dude.
And I was
I'm
talking to Tyler about it, and he said that he said like each of the 4 people that went in there were wearing a different color. And he saw a theory that's like each color is one of the colors of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah. So their t-shirt, they're all wearing black pants. Their t-shirts are all, it's red, gold, white, and
the blue
and black.
Black.
No, I think it's like black or gray. And so those are in like the Book of Revelation. Those are traditionally the colors that we associate the 4 horsemen of death with. And so my theory that I buy, like all the theories I've seen, the one that I buy is these are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that have betrayed God, and they're trying to stop the apocalypse. But it's M. Night Shyamalan, and so I'm curious to see what the plot is going to be. I'm curious to see what the twist is going to be.
Yeah, dude. I
wonder if that's going to be the twist.
That twist in Old, bro, was nuts. So I'm excited to see what he's got up next.
I'm curious if like the 4 horsemen thing is going to be the twist of the movie. Like they come in as these people that are trying to stop this apocalypse. They seem like cultists, but hey, we're angels and we're trying to save the world. And so I don't know. It looks interesting. I'm pretty excited. Batista is killing it so far. I mean,
really is.
even in a film. What was the film he was in? Where he was like a spy, and he had like he had like a daughter. He had a girl that was with him.
I actually never saw it, but I
he was good in that. He was great in Army of the Dead, and so obviously he's great in Guardians.
He was great in Blade Runner as well. So
also going back to watch it a second time, because the first time I was focused on Batista himself. I didn't notice Ron Weasley was to his right.
Yeah, he was standing right next to him. Yeah, no, Tyler said the same thing. He was like, well, yo, Harry Potter.
Yeah, my second time through, I was like, wait, what is Ron doing here? So yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very interesting. When y'all sent it to me, I was actually in class. So I didn't watch it until a day later, and I watched it 3 times since. So
it's pretty wild. Yeah, and me and Tyler saw it when we saw Don't Worry, Darling, which we're reviewing later this episode. But we saw the trailer, and it's gonna be dope on a big screen. I'm looking forward to that. Next little trailer, it's not getting a theater release, but we're getting a Hellraiser remake. And I don't know if y'all actually watched it or if y'all seen the original, but the original is like one of the OG, like good scary movies. And the new trailer for the new one actually looks awesome. Like it looks, Tyler,
is it a sequel?
Yeah. I can't remember if it's a sequel or a remake, but they did so well with Prey. Did you ever watch Prey? Either one of y'all? They did so well with Prey, like a horror movie franchise, kind of like a remake. They did so well with that. So like I'm looking forward to this. I think they could potentially like kind of do the same thing, make it a new fresh take that's like true to the original. Looks really scary too. So that
I've never seen Hellraiser. I know the guy's name is Pinhead.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I know that of
Pinhead.
He's in one. So
yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
What we got next?
Yeah. All right, so I got this one. Big news coming out of Marvel. A lot of Marvel news actually, but one of the bigger ones is that Blade, the movie Blade, has lost their director 2 months away from principal photography. So 2 months away from shooting, they've lost their director, and Mahershala Ali is apparently very frustrated with the progress that is being made.
I saw that too. He wasn't like happy with how things were going.
Jeff Snyder, who's like a big industry insider, he's broken a lot of I think one of the biggest pieces of news that he broke was Professor Hulk. And so he said this on his Twitter. I'm told that the current Blade script is roughly 90 pages, which is in script writing, that's like an 80-minute movie, and features exactly two action sequences, which are lackluster. Mahershala said to be very frustrated with the process. Feige apparently is spread too thin.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would not be surprised, and this is just me. I love Mahershala Ali. I love Blade. I love the MCU. I would not be surprised if this becomes something where Blade becomes a side character, and he becomes a character that exists within other movies. Because from the looks of this,
it's not going well.
It's not looking good.
Sucks too, man. When that was announced a few years ago, we were all so excited.
Yes,
he walked out on stage.
So excited
the whole
for that.
Screen went black and it said Blade. Like everyone was freaking out. So that's frustrating. Hopefully they'll get it figured out. For the most part, with their movies, Marvel always figures it out. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. This next piece of news is pretty exciting. I'm really excited about this because this is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. The new Planet of the Apes movie and cast were unveiled today. It is going to be called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The main character is going to be, let me see if I can find his name. It's going to be obviously an ape. What's his name?
Was it Caesar's son or like
it's Caesar's son?
Grandson?
It's his son. I can't find his name, but it's his son. But they released a concept art, and
like that first image.
Earth is just destroyed. Earth is gone. And so I'm interested to see. It is beautiful. I'm interested to see what they do with it because it's not Matt Reeves. And I think that War was the third one. War for the Planet of the Apes was a perfect ending for these movies, but it looks like they're gonna milk it, and so hopefully it's good. It looks like it has the same tone that Matt Reeves set up in his last two movies, and so I'm excited. I think it looks gonna be a good movie.
That trilogy comes out definitely slept on. Like that's a great trilogy.
It also the first one. I think the first one is so different.
Yeah, and then the second two were like.
The second and the third.
Wow, yeah, they're really good.
Completely different movies. But the first one's a great origin story. But it comes out in 2024, so we'll see what it looks like. Big news coming out of Amazon. Jack Ryan season 3 has finally gotten a release date.
Not to interrupt, but your internet's kind of sketch. You might want to just make sure it's all right. You just froze for like 5 seconds.
My internet?
Yeah. Is your internet all right?
It should be.
All right. We'll just keep going. Try again. Repeat what you said, though.
It looks like it's fine. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, you did freeze, and you had a really weird, like, freeze frame on the. It looks funny. Anyways, keep going.
Is it good?
Did it just get worse?
I think so.
All right. You're moving now. That's good. I can see you moving. All right.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Jack Ryan season 3 is coming out 21st on Prime Video. Did you guys ever watch Ryan?
I watched the first 2 seasons. I really enjoyed them.
I did too.
Yeah, John Krasinski's lit. Like,
we good.
Yeah. I was wondering too, like, because that second season I think came out in 2019. I was like, dude, are they ever gonna make a season 3 of this? And so glad that that's finally out. So it's gonna be cool.
I mean, you got to look at Krasinski's schedule. He had Quiet Place. I mean,
1 and 2.
Multiverse Madness wasn't a lot, but that happened. Yeah, Quiet Place 1 and 2, COVID. Not surprised it was a back burner for him because it did not get a lot of great reviews, but I loved it, so I'm excited for it.
Yep. Wilk, what you got?
Hey, on to the next one. So Harrison Ford is rumored so far. This was actually looks about 6 hours ago. This was actually posted on Twitter where I saw it. Harrison Ford is supposedly Marvel's top choice to play General Ross in the new Thunderbolts movie, or is it a series?
Movie.
I always get it mixed up. Okay, movie. Now, I love Harrison Ford. You put him in iconic roles, Han Solo, Indiana Jones, stuff like that. Put him in the MCU, and he's just an iconic actor who can play a role that might be overlooked in the MCU. If you don't remember, William Hurt played Thunderbolt,
That was his name.
yeah, William Hurt played, oh my God, Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU previously. He passed away in March, I believe. I think that's correct. So Harrison Ford is rumored right now to play General Ross in Thunderbolts, which is pretty cool. Love
sick.
Harrison Ford, Han Solo, Indiana Jones, and now Thunderbolt Ross, potentially. Harrison Ford in the MCU is always awesome. And then also a new movie about Dennis Rodman's crazy excursion in Las Vegas during the 1998 NBA Finals. Jonathan Majors is rumored to play Dennis Rodman. I don't know a lot about the story. I do know bits of it, a little bit just from sports media, sports Twitter, stuff like that. And sports Twitter actually loved it on Twitter. I saw a lot of people talking about it. And Jonathan Majors, I think, will be a perfect person to play Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Dude, that man is insane. Dennis Rodman is crazy. A sports icon of the 90s, and Jonathan Majors plays him on a crazy, crazy trip to Vegas that, from what I've heard, you have to see to believe, and you had to be there to even believe what happened. So
yeah. It's gonna be good.
I think
Jonathan Majors
it was covered in
great.
Last Dance, correct?
Say what?
His
yeah,
trip,
I mean they covered it a little bit during Last Dance,
yeah,
but not much.
Just kind of touched on it. So I think this is gonna be.
It's gonna be probably pretty wild. I bet it's like
a Project X type movie or series or whatever. So Jonathan Majors is playing Dennis Rodman. So that'll be pretty cool.
All right. And actually literally just announced like about an hour ago for us. Now You See Me 3 has officially been announced to be in development. So that's super cool. Those first two movies are great. Can't remember the director's name. I know it's the same guy that did both, but those movies are super good. And I've been kind of actually looking out for like a third one. See where it goes. I don't know if it's going to be the last one, if it's going to be like a trilogy kind of thing or what they're going to do, but very excited for that.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of the second one, so I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not. It's okay. I'll see it.
Is better. The first one is for sure better.
The first one is a great movie.
Love the first one. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And so this is our last bit of news for the night. This is a exclusive from Hollywood Reporter. So originally, Armor Wars with Don Cheadle, obviously War Machine, was going to come out on Disney Plus as a series. We get to Comic-Con this year. We don't see an announcement for it on the slate. We're like, where is this? Don Cheadle says, hey, this is still happening. Then we get to D23 and they just talk about it and they say it's coming out at some point in 2024. But now we have news that it's not going to be a series. It is going to be a movie, a feature film. So everybody who was working on the film is staying on it. But Kevin Feige said that he just feels for this story, it'll be better to devote a feature film to it. And so with that, obviously,
first thing I thought was like, go Don Cheadle. I mean, he deserves it.
Yeah,
balling out.
He's earned
so
it.
Long, so.
I'm just excited because it gets movie money and not TV money, and so it'll get a budget you can do an Iron Man style film. Yeah. So hopefully they go back to their roots and they don't allow this to be caught up in all the multiverse stuff, and they let this be a political drama.
I really want it to be like Iron Man vibes, but with War Machine. So
yeah. Well, the comic series is like people steal Tony Stark's tech, and so I guess they're going to do this with Rhodey, and I wonder it'd probably end up being Justin Hammer. I wouldn't be surprised. So hopefully it is a political drama at this big thing. Let it be its own thing. So I'm excited. I've been looking forward to it since it was announced back in 2019. So it's gonna be good.
Bet. Next up, we got the it happened about a month ago or a month and a half ago, but was it a month? No, it was actually just a few weeks ago.
It was like 3 weeks ago, yeah.
3 weeks ago.
But D23 happened, and we wanted to just kind of go over everything that was announced because a lot of crap was announced, whether it's Marvel, Star Wars, or like Pixar. So we're just going to rattle off the list, kind of give our brief little thoughts on it, if we're excited, whatnot. So let's get started. So the first big thing that we got was Secret Invasion trailer with Nick Fury, Emilia Clarke, the guy that played the main Skrull on Captain Marvel. I cannot remember his name, but looks like a pretty cool show. Looks like a spy thriller kind of thing. So
yeah, it looks like Winter Soldier. I'm excited for it.
Could be sick. The next little Marvel trailer we got was Werewolf by Night, their Halloween special. Could be super cool. Definitely looked strange, but it's directed by Michael Giacchino, the guy that made the score for Batman and some other big movies. I don't know if he's ever directed anything before, but that's kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, that looks. I mean, it could be really cool. Could be kind of silly. I don't know. Guess what?
Yeah, I saw the trailer, looked at it real quick, and I didn't spend too much time on it. But I saw it was like a Halloween special, so I don't really have much to say about it. Just
and it'll get watched either way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's Marvel, so.
More Marvel news. We got Loki. Oh, Nubs, what you got?
No, go ahead.
Oh, more Marvel news. We got Loki season 2 coming next summer, I think. And we got I don't know how to say his name at all. Ke Huy Quan, who we now know as the guy from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and he played the little kid in Indiana Jones using Goonies. That guy, super cool. That's so cool. He's gonna be in Loki. I think he's gonna be a TVA agent. Is that what they called him?
Yep.
40, yeah, TVA.
Time Variant Association. Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool. Probably the best Marvel news to come from D23 was Daredevil Born Again. The reboot of Daredevil with Charlie Cox is gonna be 18 freaking episodes. Oh, dude, sign me up. Sign me up. I'm so excited.
This is pretty good news as well. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is going to kick off Phase 5. So we were kind of wondering where that was going to fit in the timeline.
Does that come out movie in March or something? March or May?
February. I think it's February 20 something. 20 in February.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that's pretty exciting. It's going to start Phase 5, and so obviously Wakanda Forever is going to be in Phase 4. And so Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is going to start Phase 5 and probably be the first piece of content other than Loki that's going to establish Kang as the next next big bad. So
it's gonna be
for sure, man.
No, did you do the next few?
Okay. WandaVision director Matt Shakman will direct Fantastic Four. I hated WandaVision, so I'm not as excited for this, but Matt Shakman is a good director. And the other things that he's done, and so it should be interesting.
I definitely didn't love WandaVision, but he definitely did direct it well. I think it was directed well.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether you like the story or not, so I think he could be a good choice for this. Super excited for it. I wish we had the cast though. We still don't have the cast, which is wild.
Yeah, I'm praying for Penn Badgley as
Penn Badgley. Yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
As Reed Richards. It's pretty cool. Tim Blake Nelson, who was last seen as I think his name was Mr. Blue in Incredible Hulk, is returning in Captain America: New World Order as the Hulk villain, the leader. Mark Ruffalo and is their name Tatiana Maslany? They're both going to show up in the movie as well. So it looks like this is going to be a Hulk-centric Captain America movie. So I'm interested to see.
I'm hoping they're kind of setting up Hulk. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think they are. I think it's all going to lead towards that at some point. And then this is a pretty big, but also lackluster news coming out of D23 that the Thunderbolts lineup has been revealed. The lineup is so boring. It's so dumb, in my opinion. It is Ghost, who is in Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is so it's Ghost. Obviously, it is Val. Was her name Valerina from
Val? They just called her Val. I can't remember her
from Val. Red Guardian from Black Widow. Yelena, obviously from Black Widow. Bucky,
Taskmaster,
U.S. Agent. Yeah, and U.S. Agent and Taskmaster. So
Bucky
pretty
there
boring.
Doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I'm not excited for it. It's going to be one that it's going to be one of those movies that I see because it's Marvel. I would have loved Abomination. I would have loved like finding a way to get Yellow Jacket back, but obviously he is going to be MODOK, and so
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Not excited. What'd you say?
I said I didn't know he was going to be MODOK. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a big rumor, but I think it's going to end up being MODOK.
Will, you wanna pick up on the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, I will. So, first of all, Star Wars has been, I'd say, knocking it out of the ballpark recently with Obi-Wan and Andor. Then we get a Mandalorian season 3 trailer. So I can just tell you right now, Mando, when that's basically it started this Disney Plus rise of Disney Plus shows with Star Wars. Mandalorian season 1 and 2, fantastic, and season 3 is going to be even better, man. I just can't wait. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about it. I'm super excited for it.
Like literally got chills. Like insane.
It's
gonna be so good.
If Star Wars keeps it up, man, it's gonna keep it in my heart, man. They're doing a great job right now. I'm hoping Andor, which we'll talk about a little bit later, has been great so far. So that hasn't let me down. I don't think Mandalorian hadn't let me down yet. I don't think it's gonna start now. So Mandalorian season 3 trailer. Then Tales of the Jedi trailer. Now, this one is very interesting to me personally. I think that when you get backgrounds on Jedi that you don't know too much about, that you've seen in the Clone Wars or you've seen in the live action movies, this is where Star Wars fandom can like literally skyrocket. And you're going to be sitting in your chair watching this and being like, holy hell, this is amazing. Tales of the Jedi has the potential to be one of the best Star Wars content we've ever seen, even though it's old stuff from the Skywalker saga. This is something they haven't really touched on yet. I think this can like literally blow it out of the water. This is something I'm super excited for. So,
I had no idea that it was about. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's only 6 episodes too.
I know.
It's like an anthology, but each episode's gonna.
I had no idea that it was Dooku centric.
Yeah,
yes.
We're gonna see a young Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm pumped. It's gonna be so good.
The Dooku story, if you follow just pass off of what you can just find out information wise in episode 2 and 3, Dooku is one of the most interesting characters in Star Wars, and finally we get to see
even if it's just like a little 30-minute episode. Yeah, we still get a little bit.
I'm super excited to see that. That was one of the coolest parts of. I mean, dude, when I told you my jaw was like open the whole time, I'm so excited. Tales of the Jedi is gonna be phenomenal for sure.
It's gonna be good. More Lucasfilm news. Indiana Jones 5 finally got a release date. It'll be June 30th, 2023. So less than a year. That's gonna be sick. Obviously the 4th one, what was it? Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Kind of a miss. It was still an enjoyable movie, but it just didn't really feel true to like Indiana Jones.
First you're awesome.
So I'm hoping that this 5th one, which I think he said is like definitely the last one. I hope it like goes back to the roots and tells us a good story about an old Indy. Super excited. And off topic, I don't know if he's even going to be in the movie, but at D23 there was the reunion of Harrison Ford and Kehu Kwan. I don't know how to say his name, but that picture was awesome.
You see how happy he looked?
They both looked so happy. What was his name in that movie? Like Short something?
Short Round.
What was it?
It was Short something.
Short Mound?
Short Round, I think.
Short Round. I think you're right. Short Round. Yeah. So that was cool. And the last Lucasfilm news we got a Willow trailer. I've actually never even seen the original Willow movie, but this trailer looked really cool. Like it kind of gives off like if you had a love child with Star Wars and Harry Potter. Looks super cool. So I was
excited.
Lucasfilm?
I didn't even know it was based on a movie. Have either of y'all seen the movie?
No.
It's Lucasfilm?
Yeah, it's Lucasfilm.
What?
Yep, and there's a movie that came out in the 80s, I think. It's on Disney Plus. 80s or 90s.
Yeah, Willow looks awesome.
Yeah, looks cool.
It was one of the more interesting trailers we got.
I think that's coming at the end of the year. Starts in like November, December, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super excited for that one.
Probably the most controversial trailer out of D23, the Little Mermaid trailer. Look, I think it looks really good. I think that
it looked beautiful.
This girl was cast because she can sing like it's nobody's business.
100%. Yep.
not get into the controversy about it. I think it looks like a great movie. I'm so excited for it.
Yep. I think she could be a great choice.
One that
Yep.
I'm there day one. It looks like it's gonna be like such a beautiful. It's an IMAX movie. Like I'm gonna have to see this on the biggest screen possible. And so
for sure.
I'm pumped. It looks great.
Yeah. One of the first Disney princess movies. I'm gonna cut you off real quick. One of the first Disney princess movies I saw was Little Mermaid. Me and Avery, my brother, still sing the songs from that movie all the time just to be funny. When she was cast, I was actually excited when she got cast, dude. Her voice is
and Ariel arguably has like the best voice in all of Disney singing. So like you got to get someone good. So
her voice is unreal. She's gonna be perfect. Super excited. You said, I'll be there day one. I'll be there day one.
It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be amazing. I am pumped for this, but I'm not putting too much stock into it. Mufasa, the line was announced in 23. It's going to be a Mufasa origin story. Apparently, it's going to show how him and Scar came to be who they are. Leave it alone. That is a perfect movie. Obviously, we had the live action. Man, I don't care. Get it out of here. Leave it alone.
I believe I saw the live action with Wilk and a handful of others, and like it. Obviously, it's good because it's a movie and story we all know and love, but it just honestly like felt lifeless. I don't know how to explain it, but it just wasn't that good. It was one of the worst remakes that we've gotten of all the remakes that they've done. I mean, I'm interested in a Mufasa backstory, so that could be cool, but
that's what I was saying. Like, I'm interested. I'm curious to see what happens, but I really don't care.
I don't care.
Cool. I'm gonna get these last two, and then I want you to take us home on this news. So next up, Disenchanted trailer. I'm so pumped for this. I love the first Enchanted movie. Amy Adams and James Marsden. I mean, and Patrick. God, what's his name?
I just brain farted on his name too.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's such a good movie. It's. I might watch that tonight. I love that movie.
I haven't watched it in so long. Yeah, I need to go back.
The movie.
I'm so excited for Disenchanted. It looks like it's going to be a really good sequel. It looks like it's not going to be a dumb sequel, but it's going to be a sequel that works. And so I'm interested to see words are hard. What it is, what's in it. Words are stupid. And then finally, I think I'm really excited for this. Landon, man, get out of here. I grew up on the Santa Claus movies. I grew up on those movies. I love Tim Allen as Santa Claus. And the fact that they're getting the entire OG cast back.
It's for a series. Really it's not a movie. It's
going to be a series.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for this.
I'm about it too, bro. There's like three of the best Christmas movies ever. Tim Allen's one of my favorite actors ever. Like he always was one of my favorites growing up. Still love him. Glad he's back. With the OG cast, and Peyton Manning is in the trailer too. It's kind of so see how involved he is. But and so I'll get the next super one of the most exciting things on this whole list is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Finally getting a series. I hope they do it right. I know some people were upset with the casting, saying they were a little too young or didn't look like what they were supposed to in the book. Whatever. That show's going to be sick. Rick Riordan, I believe the author is. I believe he's executive producing or something. He's really heavily involved. He's really heavily involved. So that show's going to be sick. I cannot freaking wait. I hope they do it right and make each season like a book, and then get to the Heroes of Olympus eventually.
This has the potential. This has the potential to be really good, or it has the potential to be really bad. There is no in between. So if they don't do it right, my whole childhood will not feel complete.
Yep.
So I need it to be good. It's got to be good.
I grew up on those books, and so I'm really excited for this.
The first movie wasn't awful, but that second one, I think it was Sea of Monsters. That movie
was terrible.
Horrible. The first one was pretty good, but that Sea of Monsters, So
that was a good cast, but
it was a good cast too, bro.
Great cast.
It was literally a great cast. Yeah.
But the kid that's playing Percy Jackson, I mean, he had he killed it in the Adam Project.
Yep.
He was really good in this last one he was in. What was it called? It was like Secret Base or something. It was a superhero movie with him and Owen Wilson. His dad.
I saw that. Yeah.
That was on Paramount Plus. It was a dumb movie, but he was really good in it. And so I'm
That's
excited
good.
to see the life that he brings to Percy Jackson, because
Mhm.
Percy Jackson in the book is a 14-year-old kid who is pretty
Right.
serious about everything. And
Right.
as we saw from the Adam Project, this kid can play funny, this kid can
Yep.
play serious, and so I'm excited.
Yep. So we move from something super exciting to something we just don't care about. We got the National Treasure: Edge of History, the TV show
Speak for
trailer.
yourself. Speak
Without
for yourself.
Nick Cage.
I'm so pumped.
It's without Nick Cage. No, bro.
But they're making a third one. They're making a third.
I
National
know
Treasure,
they
and
are
it's all
going to make a third one. They haven't talked too much about it, but the show, no, I don't care. I don't care.
I care.
I do.
I care.
I'm so
love
excited.
movies.
I
love
care.
them.
I don't care.
I need the
The
movie.
fact that they got God, what's the guy? What's his like best friend's name?
Tech Buddy. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
but he's going to be in it.
He's in it. He's like he's gonna be like the adult in this teen movie, and so or show, and so
Could
I'm
be
really
great.
excited.
I'm not that excited for
yeah.
it, but I mean, to each their own. And then the last, Wilk, you want to get it? The last D23 announcement.
Yeah, man. So Inside Out 2 is announced. I know a lot of people.
Bing bong.
Yeah. So Inside Out, the original one. I think it's a great Pixar movie. It's one of the ones that made me like emotional as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the first Inside Out. So I'm super excited for the second one. I think it is one of the most creative Pixar movies in their library. It's fantastic. One of my favorite ones. So
it's gonna be emotions in a teenager. So
yeah. So
we're gonna get a PG-13 Pixar movie.
If we did, I would not complain, because do you know the stuff that goes on inside a teenager? So I think this one's gonna be really, really good. Pixar rarely lets us down, and the sequels, I think, for the most part, besides Toy Story 4, have been pretty good. So I'm excited for Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
So that's all the big news from D23. Next, we're going to talk about TUDUM, the Netflix event that was like a couple days ago. And Wilk, me and Tyler know, but Wilk, do you know why it is called TUDUM?
Dude, I didn't even know Netflix had an event, for being honest. So
I had to explain it to Tyler the other day.
TUDUM?
Yeah, Tyler can.
So I'm going to explain it to Cole, or to Landon. Will, the event is called TUDUM.
Yeah.
TUDUM.
Oh.
Netflix's opening
Yeah.
It's that.
That's clever.
I was like, whoever did that marketing needs $1 million.
That's a genius marketing move. Calling your movie event
genius,
because everyone knows that. TUDUM.
TUDUM.
Anyways, so that was a couple days ago. Just got a bunch of new Netflix crap announced. Most thing I'm most hyped for, which I know Landon is not, is Outer Banks season 3. Well, Tyler, I don't know if you like that show or think it's stupid, but I know Landon hates it.
Never seen it.
You've never watched Outer Banks?
My wife loves it. My wife adores it. I have never.
You'd probably like it. Landon's just stupid. So
no, it's just kind of overrated, kind of overhyped. That's just me, though. It's just me.
And then another big show that everyone loves. I don't know if either one of y'all have watched it, but You season 4 coming out. Got our boy Joe Goldberg back. It looks like he's in London. And he's got a beard. Very handsome guy. Even though he's a creep.
From the looks of the teaser, it seems like he is back with the girl from season 3, the librarian. And so I'm excited to see what this is. I think this is the last season. I hope it is. I don't know where you can go. I'm excited. I love
you can only stalk so many girls.
That's true.
But,
yeah.
All right.
Enola Holmes. Okay. Enola Holmes 2, starring Margot Robbie and Henry Cavill, trailer was announced. I'm pretty excited for this. The first one was pretty good.
I never saw it. Is it good? Should I watch it? Should I give it a little watch?
I think it's good. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun movie. Millie Bobby Brown plays a more sophisticated role than 11. And so I think it's good. I don't really about a sequel, but I'll watch it. It's coming out. But what I'm really excited for is Extraction 2. We saw a featurette. We didn't get a trailer for it. Obviously starring Chris Hemsworth, directed by the Russo brothers.
It was sick. I don't know if y'all watched it though. Like that movie is going to be
looks good.
Insane. And actually,
the first Extraction is one of my favorite action movies. It's top 10 action movies of all time.
Definitely up there. And working at Agbo last year, I actually have seen some exclusive stuff that no one else has seen. That movie's going to be sick. Y'all get ready for
gonna be
the
good.
trailer. It's gonna be super cool. So very excited for that. I think that's next year.
Yeah. I think it's next summer. The Witcher season 3 trailer came out, and they announced, or no, not the trailer. They announced the season. Plus, we're getting a Witcher prequel, but a prequel that only is a prequel to the show, not the game.
I could care less about any of this.
I've never seen The Witcher.
I know some people love it. Like Drew, our buddy Drew, loves it. Says it's a great show, but I've never watched it.
I played Witcher 3, and so I've played some of the games, but it's gonna be a miss for me.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever. Wilk, you want to get the next few?
Oh yeah, sure. So Kid Cudi having a show.
Dude, that album comes out in 3 hours.
Okay, so when you're watching this album is out. So,
the Kid Cudi album and an animated TV show, and it looks like, I don't know if he got the same guys, but it looks like Spider-Verse, like animation style.
Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, it looks
I did.
really good.
Yeah.
Does it come out tomorrow?
It comes out tomorrow. Yeah, the whole show.
That'll be.
I didn't know it came out tomorrow.
Watch.
Yeah.
It comes out. It'll be out when you're watching this, probably, or listening. So, Kid Cudi. I know Cole loves him. I love him. Tyler,
Genius
I think
creative
you
mind, so it could be cool.
Okay, just making sure. Everybody here loves him. Yeah, so awesome. The next one, as a humongous sports fan, the Redeem Team. I think this is the one I'm thinking of. The
Wilk, you're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Did your AirPods die?
I can hear him whispering what just happened.
Oh, there we go.
Hello?
We hear you now. Yeah.
my AirPod just died, I think. And anyway, is this the right trailer I'm thinking of with Kobe, LeBron, the Redeem Team?
Yes.
Yeah, Carmelo.
Yes. It's Team USA.
This team is raw. This team is
Yeah.
arguably
better than the Dream Team.
Arguably. God, they're better than the Dream Team.
Yeah.
100%.
A documentary on that is going to be cool. I love sports docs, so this is right up my alley.
It's from the makers of Last Dance too. So whether you like Michael Jordan or think he's the GOAT or not, whatever, that was an incredible doc.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a good doc too. I don't know if it's going to be like a show or like just like kind of a movie doc.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. That comes out in a couple weeks, sometime in October. So
super excited about that. If you're sports related, that one's going to be like, you got to watch it. So don't miss out. Cole, you want to hit the last two?
Yeah. So, and Tyler can jump on this with me a little bit. We got a trailer and a release date for $18.99. It looks like a super cool, like psychological thriller, but pirate show. Looks super cool. It's from the makers of Dark, which I have on my list. I haven't watched, but I've heard that show's incredible. Tyler said he's watched a little bit of it, says it's great. So
it's in the first season.
German made, but it's going to be an American show. It's weird, but looks super cool, like a dope, creepy pirate show. Sign me up.
I'm in.
Comes out in November.
Yeah. And then, Glass Onion. Come on.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
Wilk, you never saw Knives Out, did you?
I have not seen Knives Out, guys.
You scrub.
What?
Yeah.
You scrub.
Such a good movie.
It is.
I will be watching it before Glass Onion comes out.
Wilk, Tyler, would you say that's like the best like murder mystery movie probably ever? I'm trying to think. It's better than Clue.
Dude, you saw Bodies.
I mean, that's that's different. I don't know. Knives Out.
It's really good. I'm really excited for Glass Onion. It's the sequel to Knives Out. What's his name? Detective LeBlanc is back.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. And we got a clip, and in the clip, show off the cast acting with each other. And then Daniel Craig obviously stealing the show. It looks like it's going to be another murder mystery, but it's not going to be. It doesn't look like he's just doing Knives Out again. It looks like its own unique thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure Ryan Johnson, he's signed on to do a few more of these, right? But from Netflix.
I think they're trying to turn this into a universe. Yeah. But I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a
cool.
Great
movie.
Wilk,
you gotta watch the first one. It's really good.
Knives Out will get watched before Glass Onion comes out. I can promise you that.
So that was pretty much all of the big stuff from TUDUM, Netflix event. So we're just gonna kind of talk about some shows and stuff right now, and then we'll get to like our movie review at the end. So first of all, Wilk, I know you haven't watched it, but Tyler has watched most of it. Tyler, you all caught up on She-Hulk?
Yeah.
You watched the one that came out today?
Yes.
It was actually pretty good. I know last week's was kind of
It was all right.
This week's was pretty good.
It was all right.
But Wilk, I mean, I know you haven't watched it, and I know you've probably seen so many bad reviews and crap on it. Like, it's actually good. It really is. There's a couple episodes that are like, but
anything about it. Like, I know it. The only thing that I said, but Tyler debunked that argument about her just looking a little bit weird, but it's because she's clean, and that's cool. So I've seen some clips. I've seen both sides, good and bad. I would classify as bad clips, but I will be watching it, I think, when the show fully comes out. That way I can just watch it, if that makes sense.
That's something else, Tyler, that I haven't really talked to you about. I think that show would have worked so much better had it been all released at once. Instead of making this like your big Marvel weekly release thing, it doesn't really work. If you did it all at once, I think people would have liked it better. So She-Hulk's pretty good. It's a lot better than like a lot of the critics were saying, and a lot of the people review bombing it because it's a woman and whatever. Great. It's really funny. Tatiana Maslany's charisma is just awesome. She's really good. She's perfect in that role. And you got some familiar faces. You got Ruffalo. You got what's his name back as Emil Blonsky. What's his name? Lee something?
I don't know his name.
The Abomination. The Abomination's back. Just a bunch of little things like that. Wong's in it. Everybody loves Wong.
Everybody loves Wong.
Good show. Well, I think we got like 2 episodes left. I think the 7th came out today, and it's supposed to be 9. So we'll see where it goes. And I know this next I'll just cover it real briefly. I know y'all haven't watched House of the Dragon and Lord of the Rings. I know y'all are both actually kind of in your Game of Thrones watch before you get to the new one. So I just want to say, for people in here that have seen it, House of the Dragon's lit. Super excited to see where it goes. And Lord of the Rings is also lit. Tyler, you've seen the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings. Beautiful, right? Just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. They weren't joking when they said this is the most expensive TV show of all time.
Wilk, I can't explain to you. Like it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like so arguably good. More than Avatar. It is so pretty to look at.
Yeah, it's a great show so far. I got to get caught up. I'm only 2 episodes in. But man, I think it's going to be good. I know they're doing 5 seasons, and so I'm interested to see where they go and how it all fits into the overall.
Tyler, I need you to give Wilk your elevator pitch to tell him to watch the Lord of the Rings movies, because I have not been able to get him to do it. And I know you just watched them. Tyler just watched them for the first time.
20
okay.
seconds.
20 seconds. All right. Lord of the Rings is one of the most beautiful trilogies of all time. One of the greatest stories of good versus evil. It has so much heart. It has great characters. It has great action. It has romance, drama, comedy, science fiction, fantasy. It has it all. It has everything. The acting's phenomenal. Gandalf is one of the best characters of all time, and Return of the King is top 5 movies ever.
Yep.
This is my stop. All right, I'll give that a like.
Bro, you just got to watch them. They're on HBO. You got to watch the extended versions too. So
I promise you, if you can just find a Saturday and sit down with HBO Max, and you can power through all the extended editions, and I promise you, if you do it in one sitting like I did, it is.
I know some people do it in one sitting. I've never done it in one sitting, but like if you do like if you try to watch like one a week, maybe and try to watch a whole movie in a sitting. Yeah. Like I know they're like 4 hours, but you can do it. Like it's not that long. Anyways, gotta watch those. And then so we can get into our first little slate of reviews. We are going to talk about Andor. Have y'all watched the new one that came out yesterday? Or if not, we can just do 1 through 3.
I didn't watch it. I haven't had time to test.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just more of a setting up.
It's good. It's a really good episode.
Okay.
Bro, let's break down y'all's thoughts on the
Yeah, don't talk about the new one. I'm gonna watch it
on the first 3. On the first 3, y'all. I want to hear y'all's thoughts.
All right.
Okay, so
or you go first. You go first.
You can go.
You sure?
I'll go first. Okay. Yeah. So, man, Andor is amazing. Diego Luna returns as Cassian Andor, who obviously we saw him in Rogue One. And this is set 5 years prior to A New Hope. Yeah, fun fact, this is the first in Star Wars we've ever seen on screen, BBY. And so it's just so good. The action's amazing. It's one of the most visually pleasing.
What is BBY?
Star Wars.
Before the Battle of Yavin.
Before the Battle of Yavin.
What's Yavin?
Yavin 4.
Yavin, the Battle of Yavin and A New Hope.
Okay.
Yep.
The Death Star battle. It's above Yavin.
Yep.
It's just so good. It's just like I said, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful show. It's shot on set, and so all the locations are for the most part real. Obviously, you got to have some CG cities here and there, but it is just such a beautiful show. It's got one of the greatest stories. It's just phenomenal characters, and in my opinion, it is the greatest piece of Star Wars content since Empire Strikes Back, and it's probably the greatest Disney Plus content we've gotten. So I love it. It reinvigorated my love for Star Wars. Boba Fett just really just did not do it for me, and so I was just like, I'm like, all right, whatever. If we do this and we finish Mandalorian and then we do Ahsoka and then we leave the Skywalker series, that's fine. But now, like, this is so good, and so I'm really impressed so far.
Yeah, man. All right, real quick. Going back to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was literally phenomenal. How can we top Obi-Wan? By taking a character that maybe not a lot of people care about and making us care about him. Well, how do you do that? You have to make Cassian Andor likable, but you have to make him interesting. First of all, they did a great job already having Diego Luna play Cassian Andor. Diego Luna is just top tier. He's also in Narcos Mexico, and he plays a great character in Narcos Mexico as well. Diego Luna, Cassian Andor is just, I mean, Diego Luna is great as Cassian Andor. I feel like there'd be nobody else that I want to play Cassian Andor. Andor is a character that we knew nothing about. Rogue One didn't give us any backstory on how he even got to this place. And literally through the first 3 episodes, what we learned about him was enough to like make us be like, all right, we're on his side. We care about him. We like his attitude. We like all these things about this character. He's a perfect character. I don't say that a lot in Star Wars at all. There are very few perfect characters in Star Wars, and Cassian Andor is a perfect character. They did a great job. And through the sets, the environment that we've had on, I already forgot the name of the planet. I'm very bad with planet names in Star Wars. I suck at it.
It's like Karif.
Yeah. That planet, the scene at the end of episode 3, the fight scene, where they're going back and forth with the Imperial officers is phenomenal. It's a really great scene. Probably the best in, well, I'm not going to say the best. The lightsaber scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan is probably the best.
I think arguably the prettiest shot I've ever seen in Star Wars was at the end of episode 3 where they're on like the motorbike or whatever, and they ride across all those fields. It just looked so cool. Like all the fields were different colors and stuff, and they were flying to their ship. Oh my God. Yeah. Like I rewinded it and watched it again. I thought it was so pretty.
Yeah, it was good.
And then going back to what Tyler said about never seeing BBY on camera before, never seeing that in Star Wars. That is literally, and I'm going to compare it to this, when you see BC and AD in like years, when you see BBY in Star Wars, like that is the event. The Battle of Yavin is the event. So when we see them finally comparing, when we've had to guess this whole time, finally seeing an exact point that we know 5 years before the famous battle in A New Hope, that is just peak, man. Yep. Right.
Yeah. So to me, it's the most, and I'll end on this. To me, it is so like outside of the typical Star Wars formula that it is like, it's really good Star Wars content. Like it's such like a paradox in that regard. Like it's so like not Star Wars that it is peak Star Wars. Yeah. And so I loved it. Yeah. I think it's one of the greatest things we've ever gotten. I can't wait till it's all over and I can watch it like one big movie. It's amazing. So
I'm gonna give my little brief review. I definitely enjoyed episodes 1 through 3. Y'all both watched them like well before I did. I couldn't get to them quick enough, but y'all were hyping it up for me. The first 2 episodes, they were good. It was more backstory, but that third episode, once the ball kind of gets rolling, you know where the series is going. That's when I was locked in. I was like, all right, this show's gonna be sick. Cassian Andor, like y'all both said, is lit. Nubs, I think it is a little early to say it's the greatest Star Wars content we've ever gotten. It could be. I think it could be. But I think you got to give it the chance to do the whole show to really make that statement. But I am really liking what I'm seeing.
I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
No.
And Will, even I know you haven't seen it yet, Will, with the new episode 4.
It'll be watched tomorrow evening, I promise.
Yeah, no, bro, it's super pretty.
Yep.
Yeah, great show. I'm super excited to see where it goes. I know it's going to be 12 episodes, and then we're getting a season 2. It's confirmed. Also 12 episodes, and I don't know if y'all knew it, but it's going to be like cut off into like 3-episode little chunks. So each episode is going to be 1 year, or each 3 episodes, it's going to move 1 year closer to the events of Rogue One, to where it eventually catches up to Rogue One, and then probably
they're saying the last 6 episodes are going to show how Cassian and KS or K2SO, how they hunted Jin down, and so it's going to show that. So I'm excited.
Super excited. Looking forward to the rest of the show. All right, so the last big movie thing we're going to cover is our review of Don't Worry, Darling. Arguably the most controversial like blockbuster in recent memory because of the things that happened. I'll say we're not going to get into all of that, but Olivia Wilde is kind of a crappy human being. So there's just been a lot of things going on with this movie that we were all super amped for when we saw that first trailer. But then, some stuff kind of went sideways. So everyone's kind of like, oh, how's it going to be? And a lot of reviews came out saying it was awful. I know Tyler didn't even want to go see it because of how bad people were saying it was. And people were bashing it. And I just knew. I was like, this has to be a good movie. There's no way it's this bad. People are just hating on Olivia Wilde because she cheated on her husband. And they're just making excuses for that. Like, they're just going to blame it on the movie. I don't care what anyone says. I somehow talked Tyler into go and see it with me. And I loved every second of that movie. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It was funny at parts, but it was super mind-bending and psychological. And me and Tyler were literally talking to each other every now and then throughout the movie, giving off what we thought was going on. And none of them were right, but just the fact that it really could have been any of those things was just awesome. The things we went through, he was like, well, dude, is this set way in the future? Or is it an apocalypse event? Is it a cult? We had all these things. We were I was thinking dude, what if it's another planet or something and the women don't know? All this crazy stuff that it could have been, and then it was what it was. I love the twist, and God, I don't think any of us can say it enough. Florence Pugh just absolutely grabbed that movie by the balls and just made it her own. She was so good. I know we talk about how hot she is. Yes, that's a plus too, but she's a great actress. That was some of the best acting I've ever seen, ever, in my opinion. She just killed it. I think maybe she does look a little bit better because she is next to Harry Styles, who wasn't that great. But other than that, some of the weird acting choices, maybe the movie was lit. Super cool twist ending, beautiful. Also, some beautiful colorways and cinematography and shots and stuff, just beautiful. So I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Well, Tyler, we've already talked about it a little bit. Well, let's hear yours.
Yeah, man. So first movie at an AMC. We'll say that. Not impressed. Miss Malco with the recliner. But yeah, man, it was so I threw the initial theory out that the men were all in on it, and they were basically just trying to mind control the women from the area where they weren't supposed to go. All the men were going to work, but they were just spying on the women to make sure that they stayed doing what they were supposed to do. That was my initial theory. But it was good. I reading the reviews, man, sometimes that'll kind of sway you one way or another. I read both sides. I read good and bad. So I was like, hey, I'll go in here with an open mind. Florence Pugh is a great actress. She has not had a bad role yet where she hadn't at least salvaged it if it was bad writing. She's likable. And you really, really feel for her character in this movie because she's losing sanity and you want to believe her, but you don't know what's going on either. The twist at the end, of course, we're not going to give it away because the movie's still relatively new. Twist at the end was fantastic. Not something that I saw coming. And I think the only bad part of this movie, and I'm going to say it again because I know I texted y'all, Harry Styles is just not a great actor. And I know he wasn't the original cast. It is what it is, but he's not a great actor. And putting him up next to Florence Pugh sucks for him. You can't.
Yeah, it's like putting a piece of trash next to gold. Like,
it's not fair. But yes, I thought the writing was very good. I thought Chris Pine's character was very good.
Yeah, he was good too.
And honestly, I wish Nick Kroll was in it a little bit more because I just
Gemma Chan wasn't in it much, but when she was like creepy.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah. As a whole, I think this movie is good. Read the reviews if you like, but I think you should go see it for yourself.
With an open mind, yeah.
With an open mind. Go check it out. It's very good. The twist at the end is probably one of the best twists I've seen in a movie that you weren't expecting. Yeah. Because there were so many things that it could have been. So even if you knew what it, like, even if you guessed what it was, you would have still been like, holy, like, so I thought it was really good.
We'll give our ratings at the end. Nubs, what's your thoughts?
I thought it was a good movie. I don't think it was, anything spectacular. I think it was fun. It kept me interested. I'm sitting there thinking, like, what is going on this whole time? Florence Pugh killed it. She's an amazing actress. Fun, obviously. He's good in anything. He's not going to be a bad actor in anything. Harry Styles, I think, could have been better. I don't think he was terrible. There was a few moments where I was like, wow, this guy's really good. He played
I'm on the same page.
Really
he wasn't bad the whole movie. There were just like certain scenes where he kind of
now when it began to show what was actually going on without giving too much away, that's when I was like, I could do without him. Without giving away the plot. I told Cole this, Landon, I haven't told you this, but without giving away the plot twist, when the plot twist happens, obviously Shia LaBeouf was supposed to play this character. When the plot twist happens, Shia would have done so much better in regards to
reacting
what was going on. He would have. I think he would have been a better actor for that kind of character. But no, I loved it. I think it was fun. It was good. There was a few moments where I was kind of like, all right, let's get this going.
It was a little long at points, but
I think the scene where they're at the party at Chris Pine's house, I think could have been cut down by like 10 minutes. I think it was kind of a little unnecessary. Than
Harry Styles dancing, that was uncomfortable.
It was so dumb. But then when he's like, our world, that was necessary. But other than that, there was just a lot of things I would cut out. But Florence Pugh, like I said, she killed it. I think it was one of her better performances since Midsummer. I liked it. I think it was a unique plot twist. It was interesting. I did not see it coming.
All right, what do you give it?
Genuinely. Man. I'm gonna give it a 75 out of 10.
Fair.
C plus
out of 10.
C+,
out of 100.
Out of 100.
Math's hard.
All right. C plus. I think it was a good movie. It'll be one that I rent when it's on video on demand. I don't think it's one to add to the collection.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to Nubbs about it too. It's a great movie, but it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value.
Because once you know what happens,
unless you're watching with someone who hasn't seen it,
that's true.
Then it doesn't really have rewatch value, which is something to take into account. But considering it's that kind of movie, like, you shouldn't dock it because of that. But whatever.
Once you know what happens, it's like, I do want to go back and watch it, knowing what happened. Cole, we talked about this. I want to watch it, knowing
maybe one more time,
what's going on, and sit there and say, "Oh yeah, that's what that was. That's what that was." And so, I think it was good. I'll give it a 75%.
I'll go next, and then Will can wrap it up. It's tough. I've been kind of thinking about it a little bit. I honestly loved it. I think I might have liked it a little more than Tyler. just because I thought it was such a unique movie. It was beautifully shot. Like I really take into account like cinematography and like beautiful shots. And bro, them driving across the desert in those old hot rods was just like sick. The music in that movie was sick. Kyler, remember that score? Like some of the
Yes.
score, it was like just the weirdest, craziest like score that I've seen in a movie in a while. So I liked it a little more than you. It's honestly one of my favorites of the year. I'm gonna give it an 85. Not quite a 90. I think in the 90s that's like elite territory. I'm gonna give it an 85. I think that's a fair rating. So, Wilk, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna give it lower than both of y'all. Like Tyler said, I think there were times where it was slow. I love the twist. I thought the twist was great. Um, there were parts of the movies that I was just disinterested in, maybe towards the story. And I thought, not like I thought kind of Harry Styles was kind of okay at times. I don't know. There were different parts of the movies where I thought it was like whatever, or it was slow, or it didn't matter. So I'm gonna give it a 70. So not too much lower than Tyler. I'm gonna give it a 70. Um, there were parts that I would have changed. It was a long movie too. It felt like like when I was sitting in the movie theater, I was
That's
like,
what the Barstool guys said too. They said you shave off like 20-ish minutes of it, could be
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah,
It
there's a
felt like
lot. There's a lot you don't need, and
It
it's
felt-
already a pretty short movie. It's only
Yeah.
2 hours long.
Yeah, it felt like a long. See, it felt like a long movie. I felt like I was in there forever. But anyways, yeah. So I give it a 70 out of 100.
Well, there we go. That was our first ever like big movie review on the podcast. Let's go, guys. Pog, let's go.
Yeah, look at us.
So we're gonna close off with something just kind of unique and fun. This was Tyler's idea actually. We're gonna each give off. Spooky season's coming up, so you need movies to watch with by yourself in my case, or with your significant others in y'all's case. So we're each gonna give 5 movies, like Halloween themed or scary movie themed, whatever, to watch this spooky season. Because it comes up in like 2 days. October starts in 2 days. So
Saturday.
Wilk, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I have 2 movies on here that I put on here because I do like watching them with Cameron. So don't hate me for these 2 movies. We just like watching them together. But anyways, I'll go those 2 first. One is Hocus Pocus. I know a lot of people don't like love that movie, but I like watching it with her. It's not a great movie, but I know a lot of people love it. But anyways, I'll actually go the last one last. One is It, the one that came out in 2017. Great horror movie, of course. I also like the original Halloween with Michael Myers. Love that movie. That one has a special place in my heart. That's actually one of the first ones that I watched by myself, horror movies. And I'm not great at horror movies, but I do always love watching Cabin in the Woods. I love that as a horror movie. I think it's one of my probably top 3 favorite horror
That one
movies.
always slips under like the rug. That's a great movie.
I think it's Cabin in the Woods is his name, right? I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Cabin in the
Chris
Woods.
Hemsworth is in that movie.
Dude, I can't tell you the last time I saw that movie. Honestly, that I'm watching it this spooky season. Thank you. I'm glad we did this list. And the last one, Cameron also likes this one. It's actually a Disney movie. It's Halloween Town High. We like that one. So
is that the first or second or third one? I know there's 3. I think
The first one.
I think it's the first one. Yeah.
First
So
one.
Halloween Town High.
First one, second one is college, and the third one is for kids.
Yes. Yeah. So Halloween
Those
Town
movies are
High.
kind of slept on. I agree with you.
Yeah. We watch that one. All right, y'all go ahead.
Oh, you want to go? You want me to go?
Tyler, you go, and I'll close this off.
Okay. All right. So I didn't even think about movies that I want to watch with my wife. She loves horror movies, and so I could get her to watch any 5 of these with me. These are just horror movies that I just like for me, horror. So number 5 is It. Sam Landon. I love it. It's genuinely a scary movie. It scares me, even though I know every time what's happening. It's just so creepy, so weird, and I love it. My 4th one, my first ever horror movie, I saw this when I was 9 years old. With my mom and I could not sleep with the closet door open for still to this day. Halloween, John Carpenter. What do you think it was?
I thought you were gonna say Insidious because I know that came out when we were like around that age. Anyway.
Yeah. That almost made the list. But no, Halloween, so good. I'm really excited for Halloween ends, mainly because I want it to end. But I love the Halloween movies. I think Jamie, what's her name? God,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she's a phenomenal actress, and I think she just gets better as the movies go on. But the first one is just so classic. And this one's a sleeper in my opinion. I was gonna put Insidious, but then I took Insidious off for this movie. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. It's The Others.
I've definitely heard of that. I'm about to look it up on IMDb.
So it is it takes place. This lady, her friend fought in World War II, and she's waiting for him to come home, and her house begins to have ghost-like occurrences. She begins to feel haunted, and a lot of things take place between her and her kids that she just cannot explain. I think it's a. Let me see. So it's not Shyamalan. It's Alejandro Amenabar. If that's how you say it? It was made in 2001.
Close enough.
Okay, so it's Nicole Kidman is the main lady. But Christopher Eccleston is also in he's one of the main characters. But it has, and when I tell you, like I stand this, and if you don't want to watch it, you can go find out what the plot twist is. It has one of the greatest plot twists ever.
I'll add it to my list of movies to watch.
So good. Number 2 is a classic. I say classic. It's been out for only 5 years. Hereditary. So creepy, so just weird. It makes my skin every time.
That's like the most. That I don't think a scary movie other than Midsummer, but I don't think a scary movie's ever made me like more uncomfortable than Hereditary. It's when her head gets knocked off, bro. Oh my god.
And then number 1, I mean, I think this is one of the greatest horror films of all time. It has one of the greatest actors in it. Sinister.
Never seen it. I've never seen the original one.
Man, I forgot about that movie.
Dude, Sinister is so good. So it's Scott Derrickson who did Doctor Strange.
I've seen Sinister 2, which is crazy, but I haven't seen the first one.
Sinister 2 is pretty good, but Sinister 1, dude, it's one of the best ever.
Yeah,
and Cole, speaking of horror, we were talking about this. The movie The Empty Man that I was telling you about leaves HBO Max tomorrow, so you need to go watch it.
Okay. I remember you telling me about that. I might have to look into that.
All right, Cole, take us home.
I'll send us home. All right. So mine aren't just strictly horror. I got a few horror, but just more. Some of them are more fun, like Halloween movies. So in no particular order, I'm just gonna go from top to bottom. It. I think we all had that on our list. That's just like that's just probably I think the greatest scary movie to come out during our generation, for our generation. Like that is our generation's like Halloween or Friday the 13th or whatever. It is so good. It's so funny. It's terrifying still. I remember seeing that opening night. Just great movie. My second choice is more fun, but I think y'all understand. I put Ghostbusters. I think that's a good good little Halloween movie. Yeah, even though it's not like during Halloween, but it's kind of scary, but it's funny. Classic. Can't go wrong. So we got that for number 2. Number 3, I couldn't pick just one, so I picked like a whole little franchise, but you'll understand why. My favorite horror franchise still to this day is Saw. So I picked the Saw franchise. Any of those movies hold up. They're all great. If you like that kind of stuff. Super fun to watch, late at night when you're bored. Just watch people getting slaughtered. It's great. But and I think they announced the 10th one. It's coming out next year. So that'll be interesting. 4th one, we got another kind of fun movie. I put Casper. Classic. I think we all loved Casper when we were growing up, like OG. That's one of the. I know we owned that on VHS, like back when we still had VHSs. But that's a great Halloween movie. You can never go wrong with it. Good fun for the family, and just a great movie. And then lastly, I wanted to put a brand new recent one that me and Tyler actually just saw in theaters. So if anyone listening wants to go to see a scary movie in theaters, I put Barbarian because that movie was sick. That movie was freaking awesome. Great cast. Also a great twist that I hope you haven't gotten it spoiled for you, and I hope you watch it one day soon. That movie is awesome. It's so good. It's literally so creepy. It's not like jump scary. It's just like on the edge of your seat, like creepy and messed up. Great movie. I highly recommend. So yeah, I think that finishes off my list. And if I'm not mistaken, boys, I think that should be a wrap on our first podcast. So I think this went well. You guys have a good time?
Of course.
Of course. Well, if you're listening or watching, thank you for listening and watching. I guess we'll try to do this maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. We haven't really discussed yet, but we'll figure it out. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining. It was fun. Good little trial run. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes if we can keep doing it. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. Sub, ring the bell, share with your friends. Landon's the YouTube guy. He knows what to say.
Do you want me to say that?
Yeah, do the little All
right. Thing. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Turn notifications on so you never miss when we upload. Hit that bell so you know exactly when we upload, and we will see you in the next episode.
Chills, just literal chills.